Hello everyone, welcome to Mastering Project Planning. Today's video is about construction execution phase in EPC projects. So here I will be discussing about what are all the pre-construction activities we need to perform in the site. So we call like a pre-construction and site mobilization. So we cannot start the execution or we cannot start the production on the day one itself. So there has to be some preparatory works we need to do. We may need to get approval from the unit custodian or from the safety representative. So we'll be seeing one by one, like which are related to pre-construction and site mobilization activities. The first is like you may need to mobilize your equipments or the tools and the machineries or the storage containers which has to be mobilized to the site so that you can perform your execution works. But for this mobilization also you have safety inspection and some kinds of safety certificates will be issued for all those equipments. The equipments, what I mean here is like it could be your cranes, trailers, forklift or boom truck. So for all these heavy equipments, there will be a separate physical safety inspection will be done by the owner safety engineer as well as the contractor safety engineer. So you may need to provide your servicing records. They do the physical inspection of that particular equipments, whether the crane is in good condition and the tires are of good quality and everything they used to check, like there is a fire extinguisher, how about the outriggers, how is the outrigger pads. So they check all those things and they issue like third-party certificates also. You need to provide calibration certificates. They may also go inside your crane and check all the visibility of the glass as well, and all those things like the monitors and everything they used to check. And finally they will be issuing this safety certificate. This is applicable for your trailers as well. For trailers also, you may need to have some fire extinguishers. Then there should be like indicator should be working properly. There could be some beacon light should be there, and there should be like reversing alarm should be there. Once the vehicle is going the reverse, like the person should be standing at the side, so they need to be aware of that. So there should be some kind of an alarm should be there. Sometimes they also ask for some cameras to be installed, like when the driver is reversing, so they also have this camera as well. And even there could be some monitor, like if there is some obstacles, it should show like how many meters is there. So based on this, they will issue the safety certificates for these trailers as well. So this is applicable for boom truck also. They will be checking the boom movement and everything. Then any load test has been done already. They also check those third-party certificates. Then they will be issuing this certificate with some validity, kind of for 3 months or 6 months, based on the vehicle. If it is a new equipment, then your duration could be more. Even for buses or your any coasters or mini buses, everything you may need to take this safety certificate, and they will be issuing the certificate or kind of a sticker that has to be pasted in your trailers or crane. So it will be showing your validity till which date it is there. And you may also need to show your servicing records, like when your last servicing has been done. So that also has to be sticked in your equipments. So very stringent inspections will be there once you are performing some construction activities inside the live facility, like a brownfield kind of projects. This is very much critical. So once this everything is issued and it is there, then only you can mobilize these equipments inside your construction site. Then there is like a emergency response plan also has to be prepared, like what is the safe evacuation route for your crew. If there are some emergency plant emergency or some fire incidents inside the live facility, then you may need to have a emergency response plan. So where is your safe assembly point? So you need to mark that particular location. Then you need to install that boards there, the assembly point boards. Then The next is like there is we have some critical tasks. The critical tasks are nothing but where you are going for some lifting activities, or the crew is working at height, or some confined areas like the excavation areas, or some very critical activities like you're using some land if there is a hazard for the people's safety, like so these all come under critical tasks. So that for that you may need to submit a critical task risk assessment. So like you need to identify those risks for that particular. Suppose the function gets like a man lift, if there is any hydraulic issue, then man lift may stop in between. So how we will be doing the how we will be arresting those mitigation, what will be your mitigation plan. So this everything I need to include in your critical task risk assessment, and this will be submitted to your owner's engineer. So they will be going through this, like you may need to give your risk rating, what is the probability and impact, what is your control measures you have at site, how you will mitigate those risks, everything. You may need to submit this in a CTRA. There is specific format over there, low or medium or high risk. So there is then the safety guys and the construction engineer go through that and they approve that. So this you will be attaching when you are submitting your for the permit application. Like once you're going to apply the permit, so this everything you need to include in your work permit. Then only like the permit also, like there are different kinds, like if there are some hard works like welding works or grinding works, then you may need to take the hard work permit. If there is like only backfilling operation like a manual backfilling, then that could be come under the cold work permit. Some curing works like water curing for your foundation, so this all come under the cold works. So there are specific permits has to be taken by the competent guide. Suppose if if there is some crane activity, only the rigging supervisor can apply this rigging permit, and he may need to attach the lifting plan. So if there are any heavy equipment erection like your any vessels or exchangers or compressors you're going to erect, so then you need to prepare a specific rigging plan. Like you may need to show where is your crane will be parked, what is your radius of the crane, and what is the equipment weights, what is the COG of that particular equipment, and how the trailers will approach, where the trailer will be parked, and what will be your crane radius, and what is your capacity, like whether it is safe to lift that particular load, like there will be a load chart will be there. So everything you may need to show this, like what is the percentage of this capacity of the cranes. There are specific parameters which will be mentioned in that lifting plan. So you need to submit this, then you will be getting the approval for the lifting plan. Then when you are going to erect that, so you may need to attach this lifting plan. Then the rigging like owner safety engineer or the owner's rigging engineer come and check whether all are properly arranged as per the lifting plan, like the cranes are parked on that particular location on the trailers and everything. They'll be verifying that, right? Then the construction equipment approval, like sometimes for example, if you're taking like you're having some piping works where you'll be doing some kind of field welding, so then you may need to have some kind of a power source for the welding machine. So then you may need to have the generator installed into your site. So for installing the generator as well, there is a separate procedure. Like you may need to first mark the location where you're going to place your generator, and you may need to show this, like site containers also may be required where you will be storing your hand tools, kind of a cutting machine or your grinding machines, and chain pulley blocks, like slings, wires, like for lifting activities you may be using the wire ropes, slings, shackles, everything. So you may need some containers, so that also you'll be marking in that your plant location. You're going to place it over here. Then site containers, then generators. Suppose if there is some bolt torquing box, then you may be using the compressor as well. So then for that compressor also you may need to mark the location, because why we are doing it this much detailed procedure means there are a lot of hazards in your life facility. So normally this has to be positioned in the particular location which is very far away from any fire hazard locations. So then like there should be access for your diesel truck to fill the diesel. So sometimes they also ask for some fencing has to be done, so it should not be blocking the access, or it should not be close to your emergency evacuation route. So this everything you need to mention this in you may need to select those location, then you may need to place it over there. So once you are installing that generators or compressor, then again the owner safety supervisor or owner's engineer will come and check the location, and they may give some comments. So then like spill kits has to be there. Suppose during this self filling, if there is any spillage happen, that has to be properly, there should be a spill can should be there. So then the generator also has to be where you are positioning it has to be leveled and compacted. Some kind of a paving type of a concrete also maybe some people may ask, then you may need to do that. Then only you have to install this generator or compressor. Then they will verify everything, like third party certificates also you may need to provide, and you may also need to do some kind of a trial runs. Then the safety supervisor, the owner safety engineer or safety supervisor will be providing that safety certificate. Then you may be pasting this inside in the generator, like some kind of a stickers, safety stickers, like that will also have some kind of validity. So until that time only you can use that. So then the next is called pre-execution safety walkdown. So what is here? So once you have installed the generators and compressor, then you may also need to have some dB distribution boxes or distribution boards. So where the power has to be going to the individual welding machine, then there will be some connectors, and where you're going to park your, you may need to push in your welding machines, everything. So then the cable management also has to be there. It has to be properly tied. The welding cables has to be of good quality, and everything is there. So then there will be a pre-execution safety walkdown will be done by the owner safety engineer or the unit operations guys, where they come and check this location where it is safe to perform the construction works. So if there are some critical works ongoing, like you may need to have some warning boards or warning signages, then barricades has to be there. So this everything you may need to, some kind of notice board also has to be there. Then if there is you may need to also install some fire water tanks or fire water pumps there. If there are some possibility of fire, so then you may also need to have this kind of things installed at site. Then there could be some rest containers or resting shelters, where shaded areas has to be provided for your crew, because if you're performing work at very hot summer, then there is a lot of dehydration and everything. So they need to provide some rest shelters, and there is some, you may also need to provide some toilets over there at the particular site location. So this all everything welfare, like this is what we call as the welfare facilities. You may need to have some kind of drinking water shelters has to be installed, that where the crew has to get the proper drinking water, and some kind of potable water also may be required. So the crew, once after performing some grinding or welding, they also need to do some kind of cleaning works. This useful, subscribe to Mastering Project Planning channel, where you will be posting a lot of practical project controls, planning, and some EPC project management related insights. Thank you for watching. See you in another video. Thanks.